Okay, welcome back to the channel. This is Adhpa. If you're new here and you're just checking me out, Adhpa is a name I use for my channel. It's sort of a nickname that I use. Um, has kind of an energy spiritual connection behind it, which is why I use it for this channel where I'm exploring energy connections and human energy dynamics and how they connect into our intuition and how we can use tools to work with our human innate energy systems to decipher information, create energy, understand energy, various things like that. So, and what I'm using here on this channel in the main has been playing with tarot cards to see what kind of information they bring out, what they identify about energy, and then exploring those topics. I invite you to click like, subscribe, it's free, make a comment, let me know what you think. I'd like to talk about things you're interested in hearing about and have back and forth discussions of some sort eventually, perhaps even bring people on, but I need your feedback and connection to get that started, so I invite you to do that. And then I've decided for this week, as I do these on a weekly basis at the moment, since I didn't really have a topic in mind, I thought what I would do is pull one of the Sacred Path cards there. Those are created by Jamie Sims, and see what topic it brings up. And then I thought I would use my own deck that I've created, this rainbow deck, which is based on 1111 teachings in the tarot, and see what it says about it, just for an experiment, see how that comes out. So I am going to pull one of the Jamie Sands cards here, do a quick shuffle, and let's see which card wants to come up. Oh, there we go, got one. So that's the one we'll use. And what is the card? The talking stick reversed. The talking stick. So in, my understanding of energy and stuff, what the talking stick is about is disciplining ourselves to hear each other by engaging energies of respect, patience, tolerance, equality, because the stick will pass and everybody will get a chance with the stick. And if they spend their time with the stick, sharing from the heart, and spend their time without the stick, listening and hearing from the heart, is a very powerful medicine for collaboration. However, when it's reversed, what we have here is when people are failing to respect that. Like when you're not hearing between your turn with the stick, when you're thinking about what you're going to say, and so you're not engaging in the development of ideas and concepts and collaboration, you are narrating your script that you're trying to impose. So that's what I take from the card. But let's do a rainbow reading and see what the cards can tell us about how we can identify when we're hearing and when we're not. And also, how can we identify that when we have the stick, we're not letting our mind race on to other things while we're trying to communicate something important to help other with the energy of the moment in whatever way, working with other people. So you're there to contribute your wisdom, right? So, but if while you're trying to contribute your wisdom, you're just running your narration, your script that you've written, while you're thinking of, I don't know, how this is going to land, what you're going to make out of it, what opportunity, all the things, right? You're not being present, you're forecasting what's going on from this or what people's reactions will be, whatever it is. So that's a misuse of the talking stick. And so let's see what the cards say that misuse leads to, and what it can tell us about why we do it, how we do it, and what kind of solution there is maybe in it. All right? So hold on, I'll bring you down and we will throw the cards. Okay, so I've been shuffling, but I'll shuffle it up the last couple times here. We're asking about misuse of the talking stick and the concept of the talking stick, how it can help us to do it right, how we can avoid doing it wrong. And we're going to do a full rainbow read, which is around the medicine wheel. So first of all, let's see if they'll kick up a starting card. All right, we got a few that want to be on the top. I'm going to take the one that flipped as the top one, and we'll put these others on the top. When I get little weird things like that, I just go with it because it's interesting, and let's see what it brings up, right? All right, so that gives us the signifier of the Eight of Stones, which is usually the Eight of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, and this is Itasha Pejuta, which is the medicine chief. It's under the universal law of nature. So harmony in light relations is what this is about. So I don't know if you can see that little symbol there. That is the symbol for the universal law of nature in the 1111. Itasha Prajuta is the medicine chief. He's like, if you think of the Eight of Pentacles, you normally have that woman, Eight of Pentacles is the guy working, right? He's the working, like the apprentice. He's the guy that's doing all the hard work, the mastering it. So this medicine chief is a master, he's mastered well-being and the tools of well-being. So somehow this is saying that regarding the talking stick, this has to do with that, bringing harmony in light relations. It's about bringing harmony between people and all the energy beings by using this respectful way of collaboration. Challenge is the Ace of Lightning. That's like the Ace of Wands. Tonkashila protects personal freedom, the universal law of free will. See that symbol? So that, free will is, although the 1111 energies have no start and finish, in a sense, when you're teaching them, you start with this one because everything energy-wise that the human being and other energy beings do is, in a sense, is predicated upon this free will concept that they can choose that. They have agency over what they do, what steps they take or don't take, right? So that's why. So this is like the first energy. So when you think about it, that wands is also about passions and messaging. So this is really saying our challenge is the power of our message, that when we're functioning from free will and we want to work in collaboration for mastery, we are challenged by the power of our own free will to sort of dominate. And you know, if you've ever been in a circle where they're passing a talking stick, you know, that's very much, you see that in play when people get the stick, you know, or don't get the stick. Like there's, it's a powerful moment for potential communication. All right, so then instead of doing the normal Celtic cross on this, I'm going to do the medicine wheel. So we're going to see where we stepped into, you know, from being in the earth realm, as we start to consider this from energy, where are we coming from? So it's kind of like, where are we standing at this point in our earthly walk? And we've got more stones, which is good because stones are the earth suit, so it's the right place, and it's still the law of nature. In this one, it's Melchizedek, invokes the flame imperishable, and this is the 9 of stones. This is really that sitting pretty. You know, it's like we're in a place connected with nature, and everything is connected. And it's like the Garden of Eden. And there is in that place well-being. We have perhaps not acquired everything or reached the limits of our well-being, but it is a very comfortable, satisfying place, a contentment place that we could be in, but it also can make you like a little apathetic, like you don't, you know, you're just content to rest on your laurels. So it can be that too. But so as we are looking at this with energy, we're coming from a place of security and confidence and well-being. Going into the energy part of the medicine wheel, the cups part, we get the Empress. And this is about the spiritual law of growth. And you see the little symbol there, this growth of being. So this, you know, using this method helps us to grow. I mean, that's as simple as it can come. We come out of working with the spirit or energy from this growth with another higher kind of judgment, universal law of perception, the energy of perception. So if you use this talking stick effectively, it will help through that collaboration, help people grow, and help you to perceive, to be able to accurately see which way to go. You know, it can be a wake-up call. It can enlighten us. It can raise us up, you know. And then this is the last card before the world. So it's really saying it opens the door to the world in a sense. And how do we step out of energy and into passion and fire? With the Page of Lightning. So that's good, also in his appropriate place. Tawashi Awakyapi, awakens higher mind. This is the Page of Lightning or Wand, spiritual law of growth still. So here we get this ability to grow, and it helps us grow our messaging and open the door to communications and messaging. Pages open the door, and that's in a really good place for us. And coming out of passion, it leaves us with, oh, interesting, because this is of the mind. 3 of feathers, the spiritual law of strength, health, and happiness. Yajaja Jiji, golden road of health. You know, this is like the 3 of swords in other decks, where it's piercing the heart. And in this deck, I have it piercing the medicine wheel. You can see, and it's piercing the black part of the medicine wheel, which is the west, which is, spirit. So this is like the mind. If you are too stuck in the mind, it affects the energy. So what this is saying is we come out of the growth and learning our messages, and it may change our mind. It may kill the old ways of thinking. It's like when you collaborate, this can either uplift you or it can kill your spirit, right? So I think what this is saying is when we misuse the talking stick, we can kill each other's thinking or spirit. And when we use it appropriately, we can break delusional thinking and help people come to rational understanding. And then next is going to be, how does it affect the mind? So it causes us to step into thinking, the air sign, also in its own sign, which is good. Ace of Feathers. This is the universal law of movement and balance. Maitreya steadies evolution through grace and strength. So this is like the Ace of Swords. So we come out of these collaborations and step into thinking and that process, like with a new understanding of truth. If in fact we're misusing it, we might come out of it with a new truth about the situation anyway. I mean, it leads you either way, whether you use or misuse the talking stick. The practice of the talking stick brings up new thinking. So that can go really either way. But at least when we start to consider with the talking stick, a lot of new ideas can jump into your head. That brings you might bring up new stuff. It's an opportunity to bring up new things. There's also that. And coming out of thinking, oh, interesting. Back up in the passion, the Three of Lightning, which is an interesting resonance with the Three of Swords up in the lightning area. This is the universal law of free will again. Kuan Yin accesses the great karmic council. So this is about passions coming together in such a way, like collaboration can begin. Like you might get some of the people participating moving together, moving closest together in what they want and their passions. So if you're appropriately using it, it's helping with a collaboration that is forward looking, considering, resonating together. If you're misusing it, this could say that it puts people in a position of not quite knowing where it's going, waiting for something else, unsatisfied. So it could be read either way. And then finally, that yields us back into the earth part of the medicine wheel, and where we start the process again, working with this energy. And then that lovely, it's the Magician, the spiritual law of freedom of being, agency of being. So this really gives us an opportunity when we use the talking stick appropriately to manifest things, to create things, to be the agents of our own being and physical well-being, which in turn sets us in a good place. So this is telling me that use of the ability to honor and respect each other in communications and share the space and be present really creates a growth process for us, which leads to our being able to manifest in the earth realm, a really solid sense of well-being and peace. And alternately, if you misuse the talking stick, it again is going to leave you misguided, missing things, not being in alignment or otherwise unsure about that manifestation, which could lead you to being apathetic. Because the earth, in a way, takes care of us. Like, the earth energy field is here for us to live. So you can mess up a lot and still live. You can mess up a whole lot and still live. But if you work with the energies, it can help you really maintain your well-being and your growth. So that's what I take from this reading anyway. But definitely leave me your comments and let me know. Hold tight, I'll bring you up. We'll close it out. Well, I don't know. What do you think? It was kind of interesting. So if you like it, click like, subscribe, share it out, leave a comment. Really love to have some comments to read on, to give people the feedback they're looking for on various things. Also, I've been working with my pendulum, and I have to say, I have a lot of concern about my own personal manipulation of my pendulum. So I started recording myself just to watch back and see what my hand is doing when I'm focused and stuff. And I'm not seeing it move. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable about potentially bringing the pendulum in. I've had pretty good success with it. Maybe I'll just show you like how I do a test with the pendulum to make sure I'm getting accurate feedback. Has to be, so what I do is I pick a card, and then I mix it in with two other cards so I can't see them, and shuffle them, lay the three out face down, and then I have the pendulum pick the card. And if it'll do that like 3 times in a row correctly, even though that card's moving around, then I know I've got a good connection. So that's how I test my pendulum. So I thought it might be fun to play around with that a bit too, maybe next week. In the meantime, look for shorts on the Manx Sanctuary and my kitty cats and the garden. I don't see any of them about at the moment. Sorry. But if you look at last week's video, you'll see one in the back doing a little photo bomb over my shoulder if you look carefully. Okay, see you guys next week. I hope you have a great week. Thank you. Love you. See ya.